don't know which one should I get. Should I use I look like a soccer mom. Hey guys, welcome to another video. This has been a while. I'm shooting this video. Oh, gosh. I'm not editing this part out. This is a raw video. And get used to that cough too, guys, because for some weird reason, I think it's allergies. I don't know. Why isn't it sticking? Gosh, I would really wish I had some cough drops. I don't know what triggered it, but it's like I can't stop coughing or whatnot. Oh, by the way, I got me some nice, without it falling, some nice, oh, no, you can't see. Y'all ain't gonna be able to see without it dripping. Some iced coffee. But I decided to do a long form video to discuss what's been on my mind recently. Why am I lying to myself? It popped back up in my mind recently. I've always been thinking this way for about like 12 years. And it's about the rat race, guys. It's about working in corporate America. I'm the type of girl, and I've always noticed I was not the only girl, but I'm the type of girl who I dislike rigid systems. I dislike not having autonomy as much as possible. I dislike all of those things. And I'm not even going to mention all the other things that happen in corporate America. But it's just not me, guys. It never has been me. And the result of that has been I've quit a lot of jobs. I probably only got fired maybe from 2 jobs out of all the jobs I've had in my lifetime. And I've had a lot. I've had a lot of jobs, y'all. I'm not even going to lie. It's nothing to be proud of. Sometimes I even ask myself, like, why can't, let me tighten this up. Why can't I just deal with the reality of what this is, which is you don't have to love work. You just got to do it to pay your bills. But every time that thought has crossed my mind, every time I've tried to walk into work to think that way, I easily get talked back out of it. My nervous system won't allow me to. And I do think that it's a nervous system thing. I have a low tolerance for stress. And I strongly believe that I'm chronically stressed when it comes to corporate jobs. I mean, that's what I just figured out about myself. When I start to sense and see and hear what I've been hearing for 12 years working in corporate America, whether it's, oh, we need you to focus more on this, or, you can't wear your Bluetooth, or, to try to escape. Oh, you got to ask us for permission to have your PTO. Whenever those things start coming up, it triggers something in me. And I'm familiar with that all too well in the workforce. And I believe the older I get, the less patience I have with the jobs. I'm going to be honest. When you leave jobs as much as I have in the past and continue to do it, it comes a point in time where you got to look at yourself in the mirror and be like, what's going on? What's going on, Amanda? What's going on, Stacy? What's going on, Sierra? What's going on, Tisha? What's going on? You know what I'm saying? And it doesn't mean that you're a bad person. It has nothing to do with that at all. But it is something that is needed and worth probing. The reality is, who likes to keep going through interview process, job hunting processes, knowing what the end result really is going to be? I'm not a lazy person. I enjoy working, but I don't enjoy working under certain conditions, under certain structures. And one of the most important things are I like to work with things that I enjoy doing. Prime example, this right here, me talking to y'all, content creating. I enjoy content creating. Just like I enjoy listening to music, I enjoy singing, I enjoy songwriting. These are things that I love doing. If I had a job that will allow me, a corporate job that would allow me to do my own content creating things of that nature, more than likely I would really like that job. That'd probably be the only job that I stay at for a long period of time. Most jobs aren't like that. It is what it is. And I've come to realize that, whether it's a job that focuses on engineering, or it's a job that focuses more on like retail or groceries, law, those jobs are the jobs. Okay. And they have their structure, they have their policies. 9 times out of 10, though it may be a different job, they all have similar practices. They all have structures, they all have rules. And it's not to say that I'm a lawless person, because I believe that rules are set in place for a reason, right? But it's not a company that I will ever own. And that right there already is something that doesn't sit well with me, especially a person who really love to have as much autonomy as possible in what I do. Not to mention the environments can be very different. The quotas can be very rigid, structured. The work itself can be boring. It's a lot of different factors, y'all. And it's not for me. So I do this video, and I'm not going to make this video long because really of the cough. I don't know what's going on. Something triggered it. But what I will say, though, is I'm going to do a longer video, but just know you're not alone. You're not alone. You're not alone. And you're not crazy for feeling like you just don't fit in. If you feel like you don't fit in, more than likely it's because you don't. You don't fit in to the structure of corporate America. You don't fit in with the status quo. You don't play the game. You know what I'm saying? You deserve to do whatever makes you happy, as long as it's not hurting anyone. And as long as you're keeping your morals intact, will be my advice. That's all that matters. For me personally, I was on ChatGPT because I do use ChatGPT sometimes to vent. And he or she, whatever the AI person is, they really give me good advice, you know. And I believe what will work for me, because I am in nursing school and I'm like this close from graduating, I believe what will work for me best would be to, obviously, because I work hard for my degree, okay? And when I graduate and I get my license, I'm not, put it like this, nursing will always be in my life in some form or fashion, because that's stable income and it will always be in demand. And it's extremely flexible, y'all. Despite what some people may think is just bedside, please do your research. Nursing is way much more than just bedside. I kid you not. But I say all that to say, nursing will always be a cushion for me. However, once I get my experiences in nursing and stuff, it's always possible to scale away from bedside to award a person like me flexibility, because that's what I need. I need autonomy. I need flexibility so that I can move when I want to move. You can do independent contracting. I could be a telehealth nurse. I could do nurse education as well. The odds are limitless when it comes to nursing. But what I want for myself, or what I would want for myself when it's that time to scale into remote work or pick up some contracted jobs. You know what I'm saying? Be a travel nurse or do some independent contracting as a nurse. That will be a way that my values align with the job that I'm at, because that's what's going on right now. And more than likely, that's what's going on with you too, if you feel the same way. What's happening with you and why you quit jobs often and you find yourself, despite all efforts and wanting to do good at a job and being excited, find yourself becoming depressed and uninterested, it's because your values don't align with the company. Plain and simple. That's why it's keep happening time after time. So my advice would be to find out what works for you. For me, obviously, I got to do the 9-to-5 thing for now. Save up, continue to save, put money away for retirement and things of that nature. But outside of that, when the time comes and I want to scale down, do part-time. I'm okay with working 9 to 5 as long as it's on my terms, as long as it's not full-time as well. Eventually, part-time or per diem, contract, independent contracting work, travel, nursing, things that will allow me to have the autonomy, like I said before, and I could have the flexibility. On the other side, I need to have something that I really, really enjoy doing. You've got to have a balance. I think that's what it is. You got to have a balance. You can have a 9 to 5 and then you could be an owner as well. Content creating, I really love. I'm interested in doing something involving entrepreneurship in the future as well. I have been thinking about real estate, but I'm not too sure. I'm not too dead set on it. But the point that I'm making is find out what works for you and do it. Otherwise, you're going to end up being 40, 50, 60 years old continuing to job hop, continuing to be depressed. And you don't deserve that. None of us do. And I'm 32 years young. I just turned 32 this month when I'm filming this in February. And it's still the same story. So I need to be the change that I want to see. All right, guys, until next time, peace. Oh, make sure you like, comment, and subscribe, y'all. I'm trying to go my content creation channel. Peace, eh? Let's just hit the rewind.